Alright guys, gonna get straight into the point because I've got a couple videos to make, but stop trying to please others. It is a waste of time, it's overrated, and yeah, you're just gonna be spending all this time kind of trying to make everybody like you or whatever, and in the end, they're not gonna like you anyway. And people, now this kind of depends on the person as well, because if the person hasn't really achieved much, they can't really relate to this as much. But from personal experience, now I haven't achieved a whole lot of stuff, but I've achieved certain things. I won't go into that because that's not the point of the video. But what I'm trying to say is that whether you're at rock bottom, whether you have achieved something, there's always going to be people that are going to be ridiculing you, talking shit, all that kind of stuff. And that's just kind of how life is. But people tend to ignore this and kind of still try and be friends with these people and try and, be in their group or whatever. Because, for example, if it's at school, they don't want to be that like one person who's by themselves. Even though being by themselves for that individual is probably better than him being in a big group, because that group of people doesn't even care if they're in the group, or if that person's in the group anyway. So it's better for that person to be by themselves and kind of do what, like, I don't know, fulfill their purpose and do the things that they want to do, rather than kind of being with a group of people who just don't give a shit about you, and you still have to like follow them around like you're their pet dog or something like that. And I used to do this all the time, try and please. Now it's like it ultimately depends as well, like what you're doing. If you're just like trying to, like, for example, when I like try and please people, it's more in the sense that I just like act how I am. I act really silly, like pretty much all the time, because I just don't like to take life too seriously. But at the same time, I'm still focused on my goals. I'm not this super casual person who just like is like this all the time. It's more like I just like to kind of display what my true character is like, and how I'm just kind of a happy and joyful person, and I kind of try and make people happy and laugh and all that kind of stuff. Because ultimately, I don't like being in a space where there's just a lot of negativity and stuff like that. Now, that kind of people pleasing is a bit different, because it's not like you're wanting approval, but this whole like approval from others, literally external validation, is just causing you to just put hours, days, months, and years of just time in the bin, because you're not achieving anything. These people don't care about you. If you really care about like friends and friendships and all that kind of stuff, being yourself is probably the best thing you could do, because you're going to attract people who are like the same kind of vibe. They match your chemistry, they match your interests, and match just kind of your ideal kind of friend. But people are just very impatient with that kind of process. They kind of want things now. They kind of just don't want to go through all the pain and suffering and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, I think in one of my videos, my recent videos, the road to heaven feels like hell, but the road to hell feels like heaven. Got to take that mindset into kind of this whole idea that I'm discussing. But yeah, kind of a shorter video, but yeah, I'm gonna release another 2 today, so yeah, stay tuned.